I think my new neighbor might be a serial killer. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but stick with me because it's all going to make sense at the end. I moved into this apartment complex at the beginning of summer. It was really hot cockle summer. And one night while I was sitting out on my balcony enjoying the warm weather, I met my neighbor. "Hi, welcome to the complex. I live in 4B. What's your name?" "Sarah, but call me Sally." And then we talked about the usual, the weather, how nice it is to finally have some warm days, etc. And then she went inside and I didn't see her for the rest of the week. Then a couple of days later I was outside again and I saw her hanging up some clothes. So I called out to her, "Hey Sarah, how's it going?" She turned around, gave me a big smile and a wave, and then went back to putting out her clothes. And the next day I saw those same clothes outside. They were still there. She hadn't taken them in, so I figured that maybe she was going on vacation or something. I didn't think much of it. But what I didn't know was that those clothes had been sitting out there for a week, and they smelled awful. Like if you put a wet t-shirt in the back of a hot car for a week, that's the kind of smell that I'm talking about. Anyway, a few days after that, I was home alone watching TV when I heard a loud bang. I mean, it sounded like someone had exploded a balloon in the apartment above me. Then I heard what sounded like screams in the apartment next door. At first I thought, well, maybe it was just some drunk guy coming home late, but then another bang and then another one after that. I got really scared, so I grabbed my baseball bat, which I keep by the door for emergencies, and started heading towards the door. As I'm walking towards it, I hear another bang and I see smoke start pouring out from under my neighbor's door. The smoke is getting thicker, and now I can hear people screaming and banging on the walls. People are running around. What the hell is happening? Well, that's when I open the door and I get hit with this wall of smoke. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't breathe. My eyes were burning. Then I see a flash of lightning outside, and followed by the loudest clap of thunder that I've ever heard. Then I heard my neighbor's voice. "Get away from the door. Don't open the door." She was yelling, and then I heard what sounded like a very low explosion, followed by heavy footsteps near my apartment door. I started backing away from the door, tripped over my rug, and fell on my butt. When I looked up, I saw the doorknob slowly turn and push open my door a few inches. Just enough for me to see the most disgusting, horrifying thing that I've ever seen in my life. It was my neighbor. Except her skin was green, her eyes were black, her mouth was wide open, and she had no nose. I screamed as loud as I could, and I don't remember what happened after that. Turns out my neighbor blew herself up in her apartment. Apparently, she was making some kind of pipe bombs, and she was taking them apart to clean them when one of them exploded. Luckily, the door to my apartment stopped her from coming in. And even though her apartment was completely destroyed, the only thing that was found in there was a pile of green ash where her face should have been. Now, before anyone says it, yes, I know this is a fictional story. However, I based it off of a real event that happened when I was younger. I never told anyone about it because I was so ashamed. But now that I'm older and hopefully wiser, I figured that I could share it with all of you guys. Thank you for listening to my story.